Good morning, everyone. Mr. Rock here. We're going to read a story about Thanksgiving. And I'm reading this because later this week is Thanksgiving, as I'm sure most of you know. So, one of the things that we talk about during our lessons when we visit our children is what the holiday might mean to them, or something about the holiday that they feel that's special, right? So, a lot of times I'm often explaining what Thanksgiving is, and it's a time to be thankful. So, my story today is Pearl and Squirrel Give Thanks, and it's about my friend Pearl and Squirrel. So before I get started, there are 5 parts of the book. We have the front, we have the back, we have the spine. The spine holds the story together. This book is written and illustrated by Cassie and Ryan. So let's get started with Pearl and Squirrel Give Thanks. Inside a box, beside the old corner store, lived Pearl and Squirrel. Pearl loves to play. Her favorite place to play is in the park. That's where she met her best buddy, Squirrel. Squirrel can be shy, but she's very smart. She likes to read and learn new things. Together, they roam the city looking for adventure. One morning, Pearl wakes up extra hungry. "Get up, Squirrel!" she shouts. "Just a few more minutes," groans Squirrel. Pearl nudges him. "Come on, I'm hungry." They head to the park looking for something tasty to eat. Squirrel would like to eat something fancy, but Pearl is much less picky. They see Stan, the food cart man. He's always kind and happy to share. There you are, he calls. "I have something for you, a special treat for Thanksgiving." Squirrel eats slowly. Pearl does not. Pearl wonders what Thanksgiving is. Thanksgiving is when you share what you're thankful for with friends and family, Stan explains. "I'm always thankful to spend time with you two." Pearl gives Stan a goodbye lick before they continue to the park. "Hey, Squirrel, let's try Thanksgiving. We can point out all the things we're thankful for," Pearl says. Squirrel responded with a shrug. Doesn't sound like Squirrel's into this. They walk through the yards. "I'm thankful to fetch," Pearl calls. They walk through playgrounds. "I'm thankful for jump rope," Pearl yells. Look, and Squirrel's just laying on the monkey bars over here. At last, they enter the park. "I'm thankful for this fountain to swim in," says Pearl. "Yuck, it looks dirty," says Squirrel. They reach the meadow. "I'm thankful for new friends," Pearl calls. "I'd rather sit." Look, Squirrel found a book. "I'm thankful for this cuddly nap spot," Pearl says sleepily. Squirrel just nods. Crack! They woke up to rain pouring from the sky. Pearl watches as people take their pets and leave the park in a hurry. "We'd better get home," Squirrel shouts. The streets are cold and wet. Pearl and Squirrel shiver in the damp air. For the first time that day, Pearl feels sad. She wishes that they had a real home. "I'd be thankful to live here, nice and warm with hot food each day," Pearl says with a sigh. When they get back home, their box is already soaked. Pearl curls up to the driest corner. "I don't feel very thankful anymore," she says quietly. "You know what, Pearl?" Squirrels ask. "You're my best friend. No matter where we live, I'm most thankful for you." Pearl smiles wide. "Squirrel, you're doing Thanksgiving." Squirrel came around, right? Pearl and Squirrel cuddled together and tried to stay dry, but soon the soggy box began to break apart. Shivering in the cold, the two suddenly hear footsteps getting closer. They look out to sea. Who do you think this is? Stan! There you are. I've been looking all over for you two, he says with a smile. I thought you might be cold on a night like this. Want to join me for a nice Thanksgiving dinner? Pearl jumps into Stan's arms, and Squirrel cuddles in his shirt pocket. I think they're really happy. What do you think? Stan helps them get clean and dry. I'm thankful for soap, Squirrel says. I'm thankful for towels, Pearl says. Next, they sit down for a tasty holiday dinner made just for them. You know, Stan says, I have plenty of room here if you'd like to stay and live with me. Pearl and Squirrel jumped up and gave him a big hug. I'll take that as a yes, Stan says with a laugh. Pearl and Squirrel are thankful to have a new family and their own place to belong. So what are you most thankful for? For me, I'm really thankful for my family and my coworkers, and I think having them in my life makes everything worth what we do. So if you want, post in the comments what you're most thankful for, to share to the group so that everyone can see what you're thankful for. You guys have a good holiday. Bye.